Line drive, left field, deep, fair, gone. Tie game, and a big bat flip for David Novak. We're tied at 6. 2-1 pitch coming. Pete swings and ropes it to right center field. Broekman got a good break on it, dives and made the catch. What a play. Tagging at second and now going to third and trying to come home. Sliding in. Dolan, he did it. He tagged up. He scores from second. It is 7-6 Ohio. They'll appeal. Did he leave early? No. The appeal says no. The scoreboard says yes. 7-6 Cats. 1-0 pitch. Turned on to left and deep, way back there towards the line. It is fair and gone. A 2-run Bobcat Baker blast. There's your cushion. There's 2 more. 2-out runs. 9-6 Cats. A Baker Bobcat blast and a bomb as he stomps on home plate. So it comes down to David Novak, who is 2 for 4 with a run scored and 2 brought in. On at second is Woolwine McDonald at first. Can Ohio land this plane and set up a series win chance tomorrow? Right on right. Fly ball to left, deep, gone, ball game tied. A no-doubter and a real slow trip around the bases for David Novak. We're tied at 9. A 3-run Red Hawk home run. To the 10th we go. Tied at 9. This is Bobcat Baseball. Tied at 9. We're in the 10th. A.J. Roush, Colin Kasper-Bauer, Mason Minzy here. Fly ball to right. Gonna test Woolwine towards the line. Dives. Can't make the play. Rolls by him to the wall. To third goes A.J. Roush. It is a triple to start off the 10th. The max RPI is 23. It is what it is. The SEC's is 1. If you were to take, just from a national standpoint, these jerseys off of these guys and put on SEC jerseys, everybody in the country would be like, wow, this game. But we know it's been great. Here is Colin Kasper-Bauer, who is 1 for 4 today with a run scored. Back and forth here. Runner at third, top of the 10th, tied at 9, 0-2, fly ball center field, deep enough. McDonald back, over to his right, makes the catch. Tagging at third, coming in to score A.J. Roush. 10-9 Cats. Boom, bam, boom, bam. Ohio back on top by 1 in the 10th. 1-2 the count, 1 gone. Bottom 10, 2 on. Ohio on top, 10-9. Amp up the drama. Here it is from Manis. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Went low and in. Woolwine couldn't connect. 2 gone, 2 on. Bottom 10, 10-9 Ohio. Manis wipes to a new pitch as he crouches, spins the ball, now ball meets leather. 1-2 pitch coming. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Painted green and white. It took 10, and Ohio wins it 10-9. Brett Manis turns the Red Hawks away. They had the tying runner at third. What a ball game. Ohio wins. Ohio wins. Ohio wins. 10-9 in 10. Ohio loses game 1 of the doubleheader 5-1. Hangs on to win 10-9 in the nightcap. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Bobcat Baseball.
Beautiful game day in Oxford, getaway day, chance for a series win. It's Ohio and Miami. Time to visit with head coach Craig Moore. Yesterday was wild. How do you analyze it? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, it was a game that, latter part of the day there, it was back and forth. Obviously we had a good lead at 6-0, and they got some good swings on some balls, and they tied it up at 6, and then we go up 9-6, and then they tie it back in the bottom of the 9th. And so the thing that I told the guys was, what I was proud of them was, we just kept on playing, and and kept on, answering the bell, so to speak, when they had answered it the half inning prior. So it was good to see for our guys to battle back like that.
From a pitching standpoint, back to game one yesterday, Tate went out early. What can you tell us about him?
Right now, we think it's some sort of an oblique injury, possibly. And so when we get back to Athens tomorrow, he's going to go see the doctor, and they're going to kind of take a peek at it. He was obviously in some discomfort and everything. So there's something there that needs to be looked at and taken care of.
Unfortunately, lost in it. But worth talking about certainly was the performance of Hudson Monkel for you yesterday on the beam, 11 punchies, and looked really good in doing it. What did you see from his outing? Is that something that you expect out of him?
Yeah, even though he's only a freshman, he's starting for a reason, and we think he's got some good stuff, and he's got, some good demeanor out there. But yeah, 11 punch outs in 6 innings, he couldn't ask for anything more, and he did his job, and everything. And so hopefully he'll just kind of keep on progressing, throughout the next, 3 weekends that we have left.
You put yourself in position for some pressure today, but some good pressure, because you win this series. That's far, far different than a split, especially when you're trying to anchor into that top 4.
Yeah, we talked before the conference season started that, if you want to get into the conference tournament, you can't split. You've got to win series, and we've won 2 of them, already this season against Kent and Eastern, and hopefully the boys will be ready to go today to get one more today.
Good luck.
All right, thanks, Russ.
That's head coach Craig Moore. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Stay tuned. Baseball's for you next. It's Ohio and Miami at Oxford. This is Bobcat Baseball.
It is a Sunsplash Sunday in Southwest Ohio, and it's a great day for Ohio to try to take a series against their rivals. There's a big difference between a series split and a series win, and Ohio wants to have that series win against Miami. To this point in the series, there have been 35 combined runs. There have been 57 combined hits. Ohio and Miami are right there, and the Cats certainly have the opportunity today to take the series. Winning Game 1, 7-3, losing Game 1 of the doubleheader in Game 2 of the series, 5-1 yesterday, and winning in the nightcap, 10-9. Ohio to this point, 18 runs, Miami 17 runs. Miami with 27 hits, Ohio with 30 hits. It's been competitive, it's been fun, it's been a rivalry, and we bring the curtain down on the 2022 installment here today on a Sunsplash Sunday in Southwest Ohio at McKee Field at Hayden Park. It's time for Bobcat Baseball. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Thanks for joining me for a 9-inning ball game scheduled as it's Brendan Roeder for Ohio, the righty from Sioux City, Iowa, 2-2 with the 2.84 ERA. For Miami, it's Brady McClain, Littleton, Colorado. He's a sophomore, 6 foot, 200. He doesn't have a record with a 6.65 ERA. Now, if you're ready, here are the starting lineups. First for head coach Craig Moore and the visiting Ohio Bobcats. Pretty much the same as what you've seen. Isaiah Peterson will lead it off and play in center field. Hitting second, right fielder, A.J. Roush. 3 spot, third baseman, Colin Kasperbauer. Cleanup, the catcher, Mason Minzy. Spencer Harbert hits fifth. He's in left. Alex Finney, the DH, he played yesterday. He hit sixth. In the 8th spot, second baseman, Michael Richardson. Batting, the 7th spot, Michael Richardson. Hitting 8th at first, Cale Baker. And rounding out the lineup and playing at shortstop is Nick Dolan. Now for Danny Hayden and the Miami Redhawks. Leading off and playing in right, Benji Brokman. Hitting second, third baseman, Parker Lester. DH, David Novak hitting third. Cleanup, Zach McDonald. He's in center. First baseman, Steven Krause hits fifth. Brian Zapp second. He hits sixth. In the 7th spot, shortstop, William Escala. And hitting 8th, left fielder, Nick Neibauer. And the catcher is Dalton Back. He rounds it out. From Littleton, Colorado, Brady McClain starts it off for Miami in the first pitch at 1:01. Game time temperature 73 splendid degrees with sunshine. This is the best weather day that we've had on the road this year, so it's a great day for Ohio to try to take the series. Peterson stands in. He took a ball and then takes a strike. It is 1-1. Pete, to this point in the series, has been productive with the bat and with his glove. He fields a good center field. And to this point in the series, 3 for 12, but it seems like he's been in the action every time he's been at the dish. Here it is, and there's a fly ball, a little humpback liner into left. Late break, but coming in and making the catch is Nick Neibauer for out number 1, and we're off to the races. By any measure, yesterday's 10-9 game very well could have been a 4.5-hour or 5-hour game when you had 19 runs and 26 combined hits. But it was played in a tidy 3:40, and it didn't even seem that long at points because there was so much action late in the game. Hitting second, right fielder A.J. Roush. First pitch swinging, pops it up foul, back at home and out of play. It was fun for sure, and in the ninth inning, there were a combined 5 runs. Ohio added, Miami tied, then in the 10th, Ohio won it 10-9. Redhawks in all red, Ohio in black and gray, and the next one hops into the right-handed hitter Roush. It is 1-1. AJ in the series to this point, 5 for 14. He's got a triple, he's got a homer, he's brought in a run. Right-handed batter wears number 7. 2 white batting gloves in the pitch. Upstairs, it is 2-1. Dimensions here haven't changed since the start of the series. That would be something. 332 down the line and left. Probably same thing down the line and right, though unmarked. 384 to the alley and right. 376 to the gap and left. 400 to straightaway center field. Next one to AJ. Sweeps low and outside. And the count has risen to 3-1. Been a lot of fun for sure in this series. Yesterday, long day at the park, but when you had that type of game to close, it was fun regardless of who won. It was a very entertaining game. Here it is to AJ. Uncorks on one and fouls it off just wide of third, and it's 3-2. We'll check scores as we go along. We'll have some fun as we go along, too, as we infotain for you through the magic of internet audio today from Oxford. If you wish to multitask and have a game on the TV or somewhere else, you could do that, too. Sports is all about multitasking on a Sunday. Here it is, called strike 3. Good pitch. And a tough one to do anything with. Strikeout from McLean. A little bit of funky movement to it on the breaking ball. And the strikeout for McLean now gives him 20 on his season. AJ goes down. 2 gone, top of the first, scoreless game. And here is Colin Kasperbauer. Kasperbauer in the series is hitting 3 for 10. Has 2 runs brought in. These two teams very equally matched. Left on left in the pitch. Bounces in. It's 1-0. Miami in script in white across the chest. Bold numerals in white on the back of the uniform top. Pant legs pulled up for everybody. Up to the knees. Ohio in the gray trousers. And the pitch to Kasperbauer. Up and in. It's 2-0. Ohio got some help from behind yesterday when Akron beat Kent State in the finale of the doubleheader. We'll see Akron next weekend in Athens, but to entrench yourself in the 4, you got to win. You also need some help from behind, too. There's a strike in the outside edge at 85 miles per hour. It is 2-1. This is a picture postcard Sunday in Southwest Ohio. Hopefully the weather is just as good wherever you are. It's a beautiful view for sure. Powder blue skies, just a couple of fair weather cirrus clouds moving overhead. Next one outside, it's 3-1. There was some rain that went through last night. I was sleeping, but I'm sure it happened. It did. Those leaving the establishments here last night about 2 o'clock in the morning, well, they might have felt it too. This is tap foul. I was a very responsible individual last night. Got a local chain pizza. I like the sauce of the local chain here. It's a good sauce. It's a sweet sauce. And put the rewind together from last night. That was fun to listen back to it, to evaluate how I did. but also to get it out to you all, and hopefully you enjoyed that too. Left on left. 3-2 the count, 2 gone, bases empty. Upstairs, good at bat, Colin Kasperbauer. It is a 2-out walk. And Ohio keeps the line moving to Mason Minzy. Minzy can mash now. Yesterday was a day where he went with 2 hits, 1 a homer. One was a 2 RBI single, so that the numbers don't reflect the series he's really had. 2 for 11, which is low for him. But obviously we think about the most recent thing, and that's recency bias for sure. And so yesterday was a good offensive day in the nightcap. And apparently still feeling all right. He catches all of these innings. Right-handed batter in the pitch. Strike in the outside edge. It would be good if Ohio gets a call like that too. It is 0-1. Likeable catcher and Texas Tech transfer. Michigan native. 0-1 pitch coming. Low, 1-1. For Miami, this is mightily important too. They're 13-17. And if they're going to get going, they got to get going into the top 4, which is currently occupied by Ball State, Central Michigan, Toledo, and Ohio. And Ball State has beaten Central a couple of times this weekend. Next one's popped up. This is into right. Gets a little carry now. Into right center field out there. And Brokemont, he gave way to McDonald, and it bounces in over his head, and Ohio gets a run. It is a double. Ohio leads it 1-0. Brokemont came over to his right. McDonald came to his left. They were there, and it appeared McDonald was going to make the catch, but it bounced in behind him. I don't know if it was communication or not, but it then went to the wall, and it's a double for Mason Minzy, and Ohio leads it 1-0. One nothing Cats on a Minzy 2-bagger, which should have been an out. Unless it touched his glove, they can't give him an error. But clearly that was an error on the outfield. But Minzy will take the 2-bagger. Here's Spencer Harbert. First one bounces in. It's 1-0. That's the example right there of why strikeouts matter. That play right there would not have happened if the ball wasn't put in play. Put the onus on the opposition. Make them make a catch. They didn't, and Ohio leads it 1-0. Harbert at the plate. It's a strike. It is 1-1. He's 4 for 14 in the series. Everybody that's played for Ohio in the series has a hit. Cale Baker's one was a home run yesterday. 2 gone, runner at second, 1-0 Ohio on the pitch. That hit him. On the left hip, backside, first and second the runners, 2 gone. And you could probably imagine that Mr. McLean is not happy with the fact that he's still pitching here in the top of the first, because the Red Hawks should be in the dugout right now. Here's Alex Finney. Finney 3 for 4 yesterday. Finney making good of his time at the plate. Open stance, runners on first and second, 2 gone, top of 1, 1 already in. First one misses upstairs. It's 1-0. Put the onus on the opposition. Good at bat to start it with Kasperbauer, a 2-out walk. Then the fly ball to center that should have been caught. What can Ohio do with 2 outs here? They've had a ton of 2-out runs. That's another one for him. And the pitch. Fly ball, center field, deep, gets a little carry, moving back McDonald, coasts under it, and this time he catches the ball right against the wall. There's some wind today, and that nearly blew out of here. But Ohio draws first blood with another 2-out run. 1-0 Cats were presented by McDonald's with 2 Athens locations, 1 in Nelsonville, 1 in the Plains. 1 for Ohio. Miami coming up. This is Bobcat Baseball. Two Sioux City, Iowa natives are thrown into the fray today in Southwest Ohio. One scored Ohio's first run as Casper Bauer scored on that two-base hit, which was really an error in the top of the first inning. So Casper Bauer's from Sioux City, Brendan Roeder from Sioux City. Their fathers played college ball together, and now they're basically baseball brothers here in Oxford. Benji Brokman will lead it off for Miami, their right fielder. And the first one bounces in from Roeder. The Iowa Central transfer. It's 1-0. So a 1-0 gift lead. What will Mr. Roeder do with it? And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He can go up and down, in and out, vary speeds. Last effort was against Eastern Michigan. Gave up 3 runs. They were earned. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts in the Sunday loss, 3-1 to the Eagles. And the pitch. Tap foul at the plate. Brokman, a .351 hitter. No homers and 17 runs batted in. In the series, he's 4 for 11. He was the one that scored the run to make it 6-4 Ohio at the plate. This is a bouncing ball to third. There's Casper Bauer and throws to first in time. So the pitch delivered by a Sioux City native. The pitch that was hit is defended by a Sioux City native. And there's the out. Here's Parker Lester, or Lester Parker. He's 3 for 11 in the series. 2 runs batted in. There have been 7 home runs in the series, and Ohio has 5 of them. Right on left in the pitch. There it is, right over. In for a strike at 87 at 0-1. So Roeder made 15 appearances at Iowa Central. It's 5-0 as a freshman. And then 2-0 as a sophomore. And then transferred, and now the senior works to Parker Lester, their third baseman. 1-1 pitch. Tap foul at the plate. It's 1-2. Wind blowing out today, which is the first time that's happened in the series. It's going to warm up maybe a degree or 2 more. The wind's out of the southwest at 20, and that's blowing straight out. Bouncing ball right back to Roeder, who fields it head high on the follow-through, runs halfway, underhand toss to Cale Baker. What a play. It was maybe above head high, and he flagged it clean with that black mitt. Good play. 2 gone. Here's David Novak, a .394 hitter, has a homer and 9 runs batted in, and the homer he hit yesterday was a heck of a homer. That was part of Miami's fun in the latter innings. Part of the reason why the game went to 10. Right-handed hitter, and that's low from Roeder. It's 1-0. Back home next weekend, then Ball State, then Western Michigan. May is going to fly. Going to blow by like the wind blowing out to center here. Next one just low. 2-0. Tim Catton behind the plate. Bryce McCullough at first. Dom Umland at third. The Mid-American Conference umpiring triumvirate today. Roeder uses the extreme right sliver of the mound. Kicks and fires. Bouncing ball towards third. Flagged and foul ground. It is 2-1. Roeder wears 28. 6'5", 210. Went to Sioux City Heelan High School. So he is Iowa through and through for Ohio. High chopper towards third. Casper Bauer waits for it to come down. Fires across with a sidearm throw, and they got him. That's a really tough play, and he made it well. 3 up, 3 down. Good D for the Cats. On the mound and at the hot corner. Nothing for the Red Hawks. They go down in order. We're through with one presented by McDonald's. Ohio 1, Miami nothing. This is Bobcat Baseball. Second inning of Bobcat baseball presented by People's Bank. Working together, building success. From Oxford, hello. Bobcats 1, Miami nothing. A first inning run that probably shouldn't have happened, but it did, and Ohio has Michael Richardson lead it off. Richardson, Baker, and Dolan. This is floated into shallow right down the line, drops in for a base hit. There were 3 fielders over there, and it was a tough play for everybody. It is a double to start it off for Michael Richardson. Just down the line, midway down the line and right. First baseman back, second baseman over, right fielder in, and it dropped between all of them. And then it rolled to that retaining fence, which is between the dugout and the wall, and then hot-footing it around first and getting into second is Michael Richardson, and here's Cale Baker. So Richardson is now 5 for 11 in the series. Cale Baker hit a 3-run homer yesterday for his lone hit in the trip to Southwest Ohio, and he bats down with a runner at second. And the pitch, low and in, flagged by back in back of Cale Baker. It's 1-0. Cale's updated average at 175. Has 3 homers and 16 runs batted in. 2 homers in the series at Eastern Michigan, and the 1 yesterday. Brady McClain, rocky early. Ball put in play, and Miami not defending it and put in the right place. This one's bounced in, smothered by back, trickles to the right of the plate, but no advancement of the runner. 2-0. Neibauer, McDonald, and Brokmond in the outfield left to right. Lester, Escala, Zapp, and Krause on the infield left to right. Battery of Back and Brady McClain, who has a 6.65 ERA. Inside-out swing for Baker, floated down the line and right. That's a fair ball. Placed perfectly. Rounding third is Richardson. Windmill on from Craig Moore, and he scores. Feet first sliding. Ohio has a 2-run lead to start in the second on 2 floated fly balls just placed perfectly down the right field line. Baker with the double. Richardson scores. 2-0 Cats. Basically the same exact hit to the same exact place on the field, this time producing a run. 2-0 Ohio. Here's Nick Dolan. Baker with his 7th 2-base hit. That's RBI number 17. Dolan bats now. He's a 187 hitter, and the first one's a strike. It is 0-1. The first one that Miami had in the first inning, that was certainly controllable. It should have been caught. These 2 here, there's nothing that the Red Hawks could have done about that. They were just placed absolutely perfectly. Bunting as Dolan pops it towards the Bobcat dugout, foul. So you could certainly say, well, you couldn't have thrown it any better than what Ohio did on those. But it started with the 2-out Casper Bauer walk. And Ohio fortunate for sure, but fortune favors the prepared. And Ohio with a good mindset coming to the field today, trying to take the series. Dolan with a big hack, and he fouls it to the top of the pad behind home plate. At the base of the screen, it is 0-2. So 2-0 Ohio. One of the runs in on a ball that should have been caught. And then back-to-back doubles to start off this rack. And it is Nick Dolan, Ohio's 9-hole hitter. Close to the plate, right-hand side. Dolan 2 for 3 in the series, and that's called strike 3. Dolan has a word for the home plate umpire. Amicable, and he walks away. Apparently understands what the home plate umpire said to him. So there's the first out of the inning. Here's Isaiah Peterson with his second at-bat, and we're in the second inning. It is always good to have your leadoff man have his second at-bat in the second inning. Unless for some crazy reason you don't have the lead in that situation. Left on left in the pitch. That missed outside. It's 1-0. Brady McClain out of Littleton, Colorado. And it's been as rocky as the Rocky Mountains for him here early today. Opposition hitting .315 against him coming in. Hasn't pitched a ton of innings, 21 2/3. Fly ball, right center field, hit pretty deep. It's going to get down for a base hit. Baker is going to get the stop sign at third. As the throw comes in, it's cut off. Runners on the corners. One, he had to read to see if there would be any possible way it would be caught, and there was a possibility. So he had to hang at second for a moment. He's not the fleetest of foot for sure, though he is faster than folks give him credit for, but he had to stop at third. Time called, pitching coach out to the mound. One gone in the frame, runners on the corners, and this is a big situation for the green and white. As A.J. Roush bats. Big lead early on getaway day. That'd be nice. In the 253rd all-time meeting between these longtime rivals. The series started back in 1915. The MAC wasn't even a thing then. Then the MAC came in to play in the mid-40s, 1946. Ohio, the last charter member standing. Miami came in right after that, 1947. So Ohio has a chance to get up by even more runs early against their rivals. Here's A.J. First one to him, strike, outside edge. Good pitch from Brady McLean. That's another case where I would guess the percentage of strikes thrown right after the meeting with a pitching coach has to be fairly high. If you throw a ball right after that, you're probably not long for the game. 0-1. Big crank, and that's fouled back. 0-2. There have been just 3 double plays turned in this series. 1 for Ohio, 2 for Miami. Redhawks trying to induce one here, but an A.J. Roush single brings in a run. Bouncing ball to the Redhawk dugout. 0-2 still. Second inning presented by People's Bank. Working together, building success. That should be a life motto more so than just a banking motto. We all work together. Success. 0-2. Up and away. 1-2. 4 hits already for the Bobcats. 2 runs on them. That's a good start. McLean takes a look at a call sheet on his right wrist. Runners on the corners here. Baker at third. Peterson at first. Called. Strike 3. Inside edge. Pretty good pitch. That was a pitcher's pitch. There was nothing that A.J. Roush could have done with that if he did fire on it. And so there's 2 gone. Here's Colin Kasperbauer. And that, from Miami's perspective, is a huge punch-out. Because he had to execute a pitch that was on the inside edge, and if he misses there, obviously it's a 2-strike count, but to get the punch-out is big for them. Can Ohio come through with 2 outs again? This one's thrown back to the backstop. Baker tried it, stops, goes back, but taking second on the play is Peterson. The ballpark, combined with the runner, is the reason why this game's still 2-0. The distance between the backstop and home plate is like 3 feet. Not really, but it is very tight. And so that always is going to produce a pretty true bounce back to the catcher. That combined with Baker at third is the reason why it's still 2-0. This is a fly ball foul, third base side out of play for Colin Kasperbauer. So Peterson on at second. Ohio has him right where they want him. But also remember, Ohio's second run didn't come with 2 outs. The first one did. Can Ohio add here? 1-1 the count. That missed outside on a fastball. Fast-ish at 84. No one in this series, from a pitching standpoint, has really lit up that radar gun. I mean, we've seen 90 a couple of times, but not often. This has been a throwback in that regard. 2-1 the count, 2 gone, 2 on the pitch. Bouncing ball to second, there's Zap. True hop for him, sidearm throw, and Casper Bowers retired. Ohio strands 2. Cats had a chance to add on, really did. But Ohio adds one more here. A run, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left. We have played 1.5, presented by People's Bank. It's Ohio 2, Miami nothing. This is Bobcat Baseball. After a 3-hit inning for Ohio, the Cats lead at 2-0 as we go to the bottom of the second inning in Oxford. And McKee Field at Hayden Park. Nice crowd here, Bobcat fans here. I pet a golden retriever before the ball game. He's a Bobcat dog, and his name is Homer. I've never had a pet before, never had a dog before, so I get really excited when you see a friendly dog, right? Well, hopefully that's some good luck because Ohio's on top 2-0. Back on the bump is Brendan Roeder. After the Redhawks went 3 up, 3 down, here's Zach McDonald, their center fielder. And the first one missed. The second one is leveling the count at a ball and a strike. We'll check Mac's standings as we go along through the second inning here. Roeder brings it home. Fly ball, center field, hit a ton. Left center field. This ball is way gone, and it's 2-1. Zach McDonald with his 7th homer, RBI 20. 2-1. Even without the wind, that would have been gone by a long way. But it was even further than that with the wind today. Two-1 on the homer by McDonald. That's homer number 3 in the series for Miami. Here's Steven Krause. He hits .304, and the first one's low. It's 1-0. .304 with 5 homers and 35 runs batted in. 2-1 the score. We're in the bottom of the second. Roeder kicks and fires. There's a fastball strike. In the MAC, Ball State has taken the first 3 games in the series from Central Michigan. The 1-1, big crank and a miss. When the wind's blowing out at 20 miles per hour and you're a home run-ish hitter, you have all kinds of visions of hitting a homer on every swing. This one's low and away, swung through and missed, strike 3. Brendan Roeder responds with the strikeout of Krause. That's his first K of the day. Here's Brian Zapp, their second baseman. Zapp in the series, 1 for 12. In the series, Zapp has struck out 3 times. Ohio now with 38 strikeouts in the series. This one's popped up at the plate. Minzy now leans back and makes the catch to the right of home plate. With the wind, it was always going to blow back. He discarded the helmet and the mask, and he was able to make the catch as he leaned back. Out number 2. Here's Willie Escala. Escala, fleet-footed shortstop. Escala, 5 for 10 in the series. Has a double, has a triple, has 3 runs scored. Left-handed batter, Willie Escala. 2 gone, bases clear, 2-1. Ohio up by 1. First one's flown foul, third base side out of play. So Ohio had the chance to add on in the top of the inning. Had the run, didn't score more, stranded 2. And the Redhawks get 1 back. 0-1. Looked like he might have thought about scoring the bunt, but pulled it back. It's a ball outside. Escala switch hitting shortstop, batting left-handed. Here it is from Brendan Roeder. Little flare, foul, wide to third. 2 strikes and a ball on Willie Escala. So Central Michigan came into the series against Ball State with just 1 league loss. They were 21-1. Now they're 21-4. Ball State 22-4 after winning the first 3 games in Muncie. 1-2 hit on the ground towards first, past the diving Baker into right for a single. That's his 6th hit in this series. He's been scrappy. Here's Nick Neibauer, 270 hitter, 2 homers and 24 runs batted in. Neibauer in the series 3 for 7. So we'll see what happens today in Muncie. What if there's a sweep? Scoreless bottom of the first there. First one to the left-handed hitting Neibauer is a strike. It's 0-1. Kent State and Akron tied at 1, top of the 4th. Those 2 teams split the doubleheader yesterday after Kent State won Game 1. Runner at first, 2 gone to the pitch. They're trying him outside. This time it was outside the zone. Count level at a ball and strike. BG and Eastern are playing, 2 bottom division teams. Well, not giving Eastern enough credit. They're 12-15. Fly ball to right. This ball's hit deep. Going back, and off the base of the wall. Roush had to turn, look, and it was off the base of the wall. Rounding third, coming in to score, sliding without a play, is Escala. And this game's tied at 2 on a double to right. Neibauer doubles. Escala, with big-time speed, scored without a real play. And we're level at 2. That ball was tagged to right. Roush read it well. It was just over his head. He couldn't really make a play on it. It went to the base of the wall between the 384 marker and the line, so pretty much straight out right. Here's Dalton back. Back at 213 hitter with 3 homers and 17 runs batted in. We're all square at 2 now on the double for Neibauer. And the pitch. There's a strike. 0-1. Neibauer with the double. That's his 10th. Escala scores for the 4th time in the series. 0-1 the count. Roeder brings it home. Tapped foul to the Red Hawk dugout. 2 strikes and nothing on Dalton back. Where's 9 out of Columbus, Indiana. Southeast of Indianapolis. 0-2 the count, 2 gone, runner at second, ball game tied at 2. This could be a run fest today. And the pitch. Missed inside, 1-2. So the ballpark faces the northeast. There's a 20-mile-per-hour wind. It's starting to warm up. Imagine if we had the bats that were used in the early 2000s. This would be a 20-18 game. I guess it still could be. Right on right. The 1-2 pitch from Roeder. Swing and a miss, strike 3 on a jackknifing breaking ball at 86. But the Red Hawks tie the game on a homer and then a double. Tied at 2 as we go to the 3rd finale of the series. Ohio trying to take the series against Miami. From Oxford, this is Bobcat Baseball. Third inning of Bobcat baseball presented by the Union Street Diner. It never closes. Have you been to the Union Street Diner before? Yeah. Everybody that makes a trip to Athens, if their family's from there or not, has been to Union Street Diner on the web at unionstreetdiner.com. They never close, ever, 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 ever. And the menu is expansive. Whatever you'd like, they've got it because they never close. Ohio leads it off here with Mason Minzy. Ball game tied at 2 as we're in the third. How many runs is it going to take to win this game today? Double digits, maybe? Ohio won at 10-9 yesterday. Minzy out there. Brady McClain set to toss his 43rd pitch. And it is a ball outside. It's 1-0. McClain crouches as he gets the sign. Kicks and brings it home. Tapped foul. It is 1-1. It's tough in the league anymore with 4-game series. It's hard enough on this level to have pitching to get through 3 games, let alone 4, and that's why Sundays in this league, Sundays are run days. Ball game tied at 2 now in the third, and the pitch to Minzy, low. It's 2-1. 1 for Ohio in the first, 1 in the second, 2 for the Redhawks in the second. This is a massive day for both sides, for sure. Left on right to start. Minzy doubled and brought in a run. Takes one inside. It is 3-1. The home plate umpire, Tim Catton, this ain't his first rodeo, but he's got a really deliberate evaluate, pause, make a call sort of thing. So you've got to hang with him all the way through to see if it's a strike or not. As he leans in behind back. This one's bounced to third. Lester favorable hop. 1 step, throws, and gets Minzy by 2 feet. 1 up, 1 down here in the third. Here's Spencer Harbert. D1 Baseball is a great site to take a look at for scores, news, notes, all that. There are a lot of sites, but it's easy to check the D1 Baseball site. They still have Ohio's MAC record wrong. I don't know where they came up with Ohio's 13th MAC victory. Ohio would take it, but it's not true. Here's Harbert. First one's a fastball that splits the plate. Fast-ish at 80. Ohio's 12-11. D1 Baseball has Ohio at 13-11. Who did Ohio beat? Where was I? Did I call that game? Bouncing ball wide to third, foul. If they credit a win, and I wasn't there to call it, did it exist? I mean, life's pretty interesting. But anyway, Ohio is 12-11 and is in the 4th spot in the league right now. Pitch to Harbert, high chopper foul towards the Bobcat dugout. Anyway, so Ball State at 22-4. And at 28-14 with an RPI that's still beyond 100, I guess there's a chance, but it's not a really good one for the RPI League of 23. Central Michigan, are they an at-large team just based on those metrics? Pitch misses outside. So it's going to be tight for sure. 1-2 the count, 1 gone, bases clear, ball game tied at 2. As McClain engages with that left foot on the rubber. Comes set, fidgets a bit, now brings it home. Bouncing ball towards third, foul. I mean, Central's RPI was in the 80s, and it's going to tumble a little, although, you know, these aren't bad losses. But 28-13 is their overall mark. 21-4 in the league. Here it is from McClain. That's low and away. So this is different this year because not only are you thinking about maybe large for the top two, but they're also thinking about who's hosting the tournament. Up in Mount Pleasant or Muncie. Big swing and a miss on a curveball. 79, strike three. 2 gone, bases clear, top of 3, ball game tied at 2. Now, I like Mount Pleasant as much as anybody, but it'd be a little easier for the tournament to be in Muncie. I mean, I won at Soaring Eagle my last time there, but I don't need to try to reinvest that money. Pitch misses low. I'm sure, there's a chance, but really, and from a facility standpoint, both don't have lights. So that's something to think about, too. Here's Finney. Want to know the count? Strike at 1-1. But for ease of travel, heading to Muncie wouldn't be bad. Those are the top 2 teams in the league. But you got to spin to win, and hopefully Ohio has a chance at that, being in the top 4. Pitch misses inside to Finney. It's 2-1. Ball game tied at 2 in the third. Wind blowing out. I don't think was blowing this strongly in BP. But it's windy now, and Old Glory is starched. This is a fly ball to left. The wind's not going to help this much. Moving in on it, Nybauer. Sunglasses on, and he makes the head-high one-handed squeeze with the tan mitt, and the inning is over. Ohio goes down in order. Brendan Roeder to the mound. In the bottom of the third. In a ball game tied at 2, presented by the Union Street Diner. This is Bobcat Baseball. Bottom of the third is on a Sunsplash Sunday in Southwest Ohio. Ohio and Miami tied at 2. Thanks for making Bobcat Baseball a part of your Sunday wherever you are. Back to the top of the lineup for Benji Brokmond for Miami. It is Brokmond, Parker Lester, and David Novak. Brokmond, the right-handed hitting right fielder, hacks at the first one and fouls it off. It's 0-1. 2 for the Red Hawks in the second, 1 for Ohio in the first, 1 in the second. Ohio looking for a win, 137 all-time against Miami, and Brokmond takes one low. Count level at a ball and a strike. We'll check Major League scores as we go along on this Sunday. Roeder turns and brings it home. Tapper foul to the Red Hawk dugout again. Couple of games early going. Minnesota 12-9. The Rays 12-9. Up 5-0 in Tampa at the Trop. Roeder on 1-2. Line shot to second. Played on a short hop. Bobbled by Richardson. He regathers and throws to first in time. Steady the heart rate and the breathing after that one was headed towards him. If he was in a couple of feet, he would have caught it, but obviously he was positioned against Brokmond, and so he gathered and threw out the fleet-footed right fielder. Here's Parker Lester. Lester hitless in his first plate appearance. Swing and a miss. Pulled the string at 85. Did Roeder. Right on left here. The Reds are in Colorado. And the Reds lost in Colorado. Game 1 of the series. They have, 3 wins this year? Next one low, it's 1-1. Kyle Freeland will go for the Rockies this afternoon. Reds are 3-18. Line shot to short, caught on a leap by Dolan. It was to his right, so he had to make a couple of quick steps. It was smashed there, reached up and made the play. Nick Dolan hang a star on it. Here's David Novak. 2 up, 2 down. That'll wake you up on a Sunday. Just about 2 o'clock. First one low to Novak. This would be a good inning for Roeder if he could get through it in 1-2-3 fashion against the top third of the Red Hawk lineup. Check swing, he went. It's 1-1 on a breaking ball that was dropping low. Guardians at A's later. That's at 4:07 East. There's a strike. It's 1-2. Still weird. Just weird because you said one name for so long, but it's weird to actually say Guardians. 1-2. Up and in. Did that hit him? Or was it a foul ball? There's a point to the first base umpire to see if he swung. No, he didn't. They're thinking maybe that it was a hit batter. I mean, there are a couple of options it could have been. He's still standing in the box, and now the first base umpire and home plate umpire are going to get together. Based on Novak's reaction, it doesn't seem like he was hit by the pitch. It appears to be just a foul ball. 1-2 the count off the nub of the bat. Close to the plate, right-hand side, slightly open stance, 2 gray batting gloves, and here it is from Brendan Roeder. Swinging a tapper foul to the Red Hawk dugout. If you go to OhioBobcats.com or if you go to Ohio Football on Twitter, you'll see that a couple of Bobcat football players were signed by NFL organizations after the draft. Bouncing ball foul to the Red Hawk dugout again. Devontre Tuggle went to the Bears. Saw that last night. Armani Rogers was signed too. Fly ball center field deep. Back on it, Peterson. Warning track wall gone. Red Hawks lead at 3-2. That ball was smoked just to the left of straightaway center. The question would be, would it be high enough? It was more of a line drive than a golf shot. Red Hawks on top 3-2. David Novak with another home run. He hit one yesterday at a big moment. Couple of them yesterday. That's his 3rd in this series. That is his 4th this year. RBI 15, 3-2 Miami. And unfortunately, it was with 2 outs. And unfortunately, he just kept fouling off pitches. Here's Zach McDonald, their cleanup hitter. And the pitch, bouncing ball wide of third, foul. So that was a lengthy at-bat where if Roeder would have gotten a punch-out or an out, you would have said, all right, that's big time to win that encounter. But Novak just kept fouling him off. And then he hit one to basically straightaway center, just to the left of straightaway center. Here it is from Roeder to McDonald, tap foul between the legs of Minzy, back to the backstop and the screen. And again, you wonder on every ball that's hit pretty well or a homer today, did the wind really affect it? No, I mean, that was on the line and hit pretty well. 0-1, upstairs. 1-1. If anything, I mean, the wind added a little extra zip to it, but that was pretty much squared up and center cut. 1-2 the count on McDonald, their center fielder. And the pitch from Roeder, swing and a miss, strike 3. And a good way to regain some balance after giving up the homer. You're going to give up some runs today, no doubt. It's what you do after that. And he gets the glad hand from his guys as he heads to the dugout. That's important as we go to the 4th inning. 3-2 Miami. This is Bobcat Baseball. How many runs is it going to take to win this ball game today? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop? 3-2 Ohio trails. 3 runs will not win this ball game today. That is a really not bold prediction. Michael Richardson leads it off for Ohio as we go to the 4th. Brady McClain set to throw pitch 59. Richardson scored one of Ohio's 2 runs. 1 for 1 today on that little flare of a double down the line and right. And then brought in by Baker right after that. And he takes one wide. It's 1-0. 3-2. David Novak's having a heck of a less than 24-hour period of his life. Bouncing ball smashed up the middle, past the diving glove of the outstretched second baseman, zapping into center. That's squared up well. And Michael Richardson's having a very pleasant Sunday afternoon. He's 2 for 2. Here's Cale Baker. All right, so we talk about the wind. Well, Baker has 3 homers. Baker takes mighty hacks. Baker has a mighty good chance of potentially homering today. Wind blowing out at 20. Warming up on the Sunday. Here it is to him. Popped him up. Foul. First base side. Get out of here. It won't. First baseman back, and he makes the catch. Krause. About 4 feet foul at the end of the play. That's too bad. Baker saw what he wanted and offered at it and fouled it off. And there's a big out. Here's Nick Dolan. Miami 3, Ohio 2 on the Novak homer to straightaway center, and he had a day yesterday. Here it is from McClain, and that's outside. 1-0. Straight up 2 o'clock in the Eastern time zone. Normally we take a station ID, but the FCC, I don't believe, has control over this one. So I guess we don't have to. Pitch misses outside. It's 2-0. But this broadcast originating from Oxford with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 unfortunate souls that have to listen to every one of my words. Here in this press box with tint on the windows. There's a strike in the inside edge. 2-1 the count. 3-2 Miami. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Thanks for enjoying Bobcat Baseball with me. This has been a fun trip to Oxford. Always is. But it's a lot more fun when you actually stay in Oxford. No disrespect to Middletown. There's a strike. It is 2-2. But the last couple of trips here, one was right before COVID. Then last year in basketball season, there wasn't much stuff going on before Ohio laid a number on the Redhawks. This is a fly ball down the line and left, drops in there for a base hit for Nick Dolan. Sprinting to third, sliding in head first. It is Richardson to second on the play with the slide. It's Dolan. Ohio has second and third here with one gone. So it's a double for Dolan. Top of the lineup, Isaiah Peterson. One gone in the fourth. Ohio trails 3-2. That's Ohio's third double on the day. That's 82 for the ball club. Dolan with his fourth. First one to Pete, up and in. 1-0. He's 1 for 2 today. Sorry, I miscounted. That's 4 doubles for Ohio. 4. That's 83 for the year. Mimsy, Richardson, Baker, and Dolan. Line drive foul. Down the line and right. Foul by maybe 3 feet. It will rattle around in the corner. 1-1 the count. It's 3-2 now. Ohio has a chance to open it up. This is going to be back and forth today. And if you're pitching on a day like today, you just got to limit the damage, either side, no matter who it is. This one's low and away, 2-1. That's why that strikeout to end the inning, or to get out of the inning for Brendan Roeder after the home run was important. Free passes today will be the death nail of any pitching staff. Second and third, the runners, one gone. Top of 4, 3-2 Miami. Here it is to Pete. He popped it up. Foul ground, going to stay in play. Third baseman back Lester. He gives way to the shortstop Escala. Caught it a foot fair, 3 feet back, the dirt-colored field turf for the out. And that's a big out. That's 2 out. So it's up to A.J. Roush. Can't let this opportunity slip past. AJ, the redshirt freshman from Powell. Olentangy Liberty High School, 5'11", 195. Wears 7. Has a chance here with 2 gone. Pitch misses low. It's 1-0. Ohio's had chances with 2-out situations, and Ohio's come through with them. Can Ohio add on here in that regard? At third, it's Richardson. Second, Dolan. 1-0 the count. Here it is from McLean to Roush. Big swing and a miss. Just about letter high. It's 1-1. Roush, Ohio's 2-hole hitting right fielder. McLean, the lefty, brings it. Fly ball foul over the screen and towards the parking lot. It's 1-2. Ohio had a chance to add on in the second and didn't. Chance to score here in the fourth. Here it is. AJ takes outside. Good eye. 2-2. No matter what, Ohio battled back yesterday, and thus why they won. Miami threw a shot, too. 2-2. Fly ball, foul ground, third base side, towards the bullpen, and out of play. There are a bunch of, Little League kids here. And one of them got a baseball. But can they keep them here? No. That youngster is going to be mighty disappointed. So that young man thought about being a Red Hawk fan. Now he's going to be like, I'm a Bobcat. They took my ball away. You can't do that. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ooh, a little foul tip to the Bobcat dugout. So who's going to tell that youngster that you got to give, son, you got to give the ball back? That's unfortunate. Well, the kid just runs away. Red Hawks are going to be down a baseball. 2-2 the count, 2 gone. Top of 4, runners on second and third here. Good chance for A.J. Roush. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Kind of frisbeed it up there. It was low and away. Roush tried to drop and drive, couldn't, and the inning's over. And Ohio strands 2 on the strikeout to end the frame. And A.J. has gone down 3 times via the K. Ohio leaves 2. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-2 Miami. This is Bobcat Baseball. Fourth inning presented by Gomart. Marty the Gomart Gopher, who would always be welcome at the Wren or at McKee Field in Hayden Park. 3-2 Ohio Trails. Brendan Roeder back kicking and tossing for the Bobcats. And the first one is a strike. It is 0-1 on Steven Krause. A.J. Roush is a heck of a hitter. There are not going to be a lot of games where he strikes out 3 times in 3 plate appearances, but he did at the end of the top of the 4th inning. He'll have some more cracks today, though, for sure. But that was a big punch-out. Ohio left 2. Cats trail by 1. Krause, the right-handed hitter, and he checks swings on a pitch in the dirt. He did go, or field turf. It is 1-2. 1-2 the count. Krause, their first baseman. Ohio down 3-2 here in the bottom of the 4th. Roeder delivers, swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch. If he swung on that with success, it would have been a little dribbler to third. Got in on his hands, the old proverbial in his kitchen. And there's a strikeout. And the 4th for Brendan Roeder. Here's Brian Zapp. Zapp came into the ballgame hitting .231. Left-handed batter, their second baseman. Roeder brings it home. There's a strike, split the plate at 87. Roeder gets the ball. Peers in for the sign over the top of the black mitt. Drops it, raises, brings it home, missed outside. He's got a real ease about his movement on the mound. 1-1 the count. Right on left and the pitch. Swing and a miss. Just eluded the bat at 85. It's a very repeatable motion. It looks very comfortable. Just looks in over the top of the mitt. Minzy hangs the signs. He's a strike away from his 5th strikeout of the day. Drops, raises, drops, kicks, brings it. Low. It's 2-2. There's not a lot of violence to his approach. He is very comfortable out there. Turns and fires. This is tapped foul to the netting behind home plate. 3-2 Miami. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Bases clear, 1 gone. Nice crowd at the ballpark of all ages here. I mean, where else would you rather be than a ballpark on a Sunsplash Sunday when the weather's been just awful for months? 2-2. Hit on the ground, back through the middle. Flagged by Richardson. Backhand pickup, throws to first, and Baker hung onto the bag. He did it again. He saves an out. 2 gone. If you look at Cale Baker, you think, how in the world can he be as nimble of a man as he is? He's 6 foot, he's 260, but as you heard in the pregame open of this series, he really has worked on his flexibility. It's his catching background. Also, tip of the cap to Richardson for making a nice play on the backhand and able to fire a pretty good and accurate throw. 2 gone. Here's Willie Escala. That missed outside. It's 1-0. On the follow-through, he's a righty, Roeder, so it basically went almost between his feet towards Richardson. Next one misses upstairs. 2-0. Miami scored 2 in the second, 1 in the third. Ohio with a run in the first, 1 in the second. How about a 1-2-3 inning as Roeder wipes to a new pitch? 2-0. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Whatever he wiped to was what he really wanted to throw. It spun in there at 83. Escala has scored 1 of Miami's runs. 2-1 coming. Tap foul. So he went down 2-0, now level at 2-2. 10 hits, 5 runs combined between these two clubs. 2-2 the count, bottom of the fourth, 2 gone. Roeder looking for his 5th K. Swinging a line drive center field, moving to his left. Peterson, he's got it head high. He gets a really good read on the ball, and Ohio's had a number of good center fielders that have good first steps. And he plugged up near the gap there to make the play. And that is a 3-up, 3-down inning. Presented by Gomart, we move to the 5th. It's 3 for Miami, 2 for Ohio. This is Bobcat Baseball. Colin Kasperbauer leads it off here as we move to the 5th. Presented by Steak and Shake. Famous for steak burgers. There was a Steak and Shake right next to the Ritz-Carlton that we stayed at in Middletown. Bouncing ball to second, to his right, Zap. Picks, throws, got him. 1 up, 1 down on 1 pitch here on Colin Kasperbauer. As Brady McClain will take that as his pitch count is at 78 now. Kasperbauer at 0 for 2 with a run scored. And a walk, here's Mason Minzy. You never know what the discussions are going to be like in a baseball press box. And this is, I don't know, it's probably too involved to explain it to you. I don't know. We'll save it for another day. McClain from the left brings it home to Minzy on the right, and he takes a strike. It is 0-1. We're in the 5th. 3-2 the score. Miami on top by 1. Again, how many runs will it take? And the pitch, low and away. Right now, it's going to take 4 at least if Ohio's going to win it. Minzy today, 1 for 2, brought in a run. Remember, there were a couple of plays that allowed Ohio to get early success. This is turned down foul to the Red Hawk dugout. A couple of birds off the rail there. 1-2 the count. Ohio on the black tops, gray pants, Red Hawks in red and red. They've all elected to go pant legs pulled up to the knees, but I probably, in this style, I'd have them all the way down to the top of the spikes. I wouldn't pull them up there. Bouncing ball to third, easy for Lester. One big step, throws to first. Hanging on the bag is Krause. Yes, he did. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Spencer Harbert. Ohio's left 6. Miami stranded 1. Bases cleared, 2 gone, top of 5. Presented by Steak and Shake. Miami 3, Ohio 2. Brady McClain doesn't have a record. Had a 6.85 ERA coming in, and he has regathered after 2 innings where, well, at first, the Red Hawks gave the Bobcats a run. Then the ball was positioned so well off the bat down the line and right, and that's how Ohio got its second run. Next one to Harbert. Foul tip into the mitt. 1-1 the count of Dalton back. Ohio won yesterday in the finale, 10-9 in 10. After losing game 1 of the doubleheader 5-1. Harbert swings and fouls it over the screen, back at the plate, now to play. Won game 1 of the series, 7-3. One and 2 the count on Harbert in the pitch. Fly ball, center field, deep, way back, gonna stay in the park. McDonald under it, makes the catch. To the left of straightaway center, nearly to the track, just in front of the track. And the inning's done. Unfortunately, Ohio goes 3 up, 3 down as we head to the bottom of the 5th. 3 for Miami, 2 for Ohio. This is Bobcat Baseball. Bottom of the 5th inning is on from Oxford on a sunny, windy, very nice day on a early May Sunday. The calendar flips over. I've got to write my rent check when I get back home. I haven't been to the Plains in 2 weeks. I've been to Canada, I've been to Ypsilanti, I've been to suburban Chicago, and I've been here to Oxford, which is one of the places I've been in this run. Brendan Roeder to Nick Neibauer, and the first one's cut on and missed. It is 0-1. It has been a real tour de force for yours truly. Through Windsor and Ypsi and Ann Arbor and suburban Chicago and now Oxford. There's a strike. 0-2 the count. 3-2 Miami. Back home at the Ren next weekend against Akron. We'd love to see you. Roeder has 4 strikeouts. Had a 1-2-3 rack at the bottom of the 4th. And he he did. Strike 3 called, outside edge. That's what I'm talking about from the home plate umpire, Tim Catton. It is a look, pause, evaluate, punch for strike 3, and that's 5. Here's Dalton back. Neibauer goes down on strikes. Right on right, back, their 9-hole hitting catcher. The kick of the pitch. Low, it's 1-0. 3-4-0 for the Redhawks. 2-6-0 for Ohio. And the pitch, foul tip. And the helmet nearly came off for back. It's 1-1. The Little League kids are infatuated with what's going on in the Miami dugout. And missed inside. It's 2-1. How old would you say those kids are? Maybe 10 years old? So around 11, 12 years old. And there are about 10 of them just perched right next to the Red Hawk dugout and the on-deck circle. Pitch misses low. It's 3-1. Here it is from Roeder. Foul tip back to the screen. 3-2. Now, little Russ used to do probably the same thing. Minor league baseball, go down to the bullpen and have a couple of conversations with pitchers in the pen in the minor leagues. Payoff pitch, 1 gone. Missed up and away. Ball 4. That's the first walk for Brendan Roeder. Back topside to Benji Brokmond. Now, there's a couple of schools of thought. Now, again, I'm not a parent. There are a couple of ways to take in a game. You sit, talk it through, learn about the game. If your mom or dad are interested in it, know about it. Bouncing ball just wide of third, foul by Benji Brokmond. That's how I experienced like 1,000 games growing up. In fact, here in Oxford, Nick Van Exel in Cincinnati came to town against Miami, I think 1991. And then we turned and went up to Muncie to see a bunch of games that night, too. I saw 5 games in less than 24 hours. That was how I grew up. And here I am. Line drive center field, going to be in there for a base hit. Hitting second, going to third back. They'll hold Brokmond to a single as Peterson got over there. Runners on the corners, 1 gone. Big moment here in the bottom of the 5th inning. So here, Roeder would love to induce a double play. Can he get it out of Lester? Parker Lester is 0 for 2. There are going to be hits today. That's Miami's 5th. And at this point, I guess fairly surprised that it's still just 3-2. This is one of the more important sequences of the day. Roeder at pitch 75 throws to first. Now, that's the other thought here. You can't get lulled into thinking that Brokmond is going to hang at first through this entire encounter. A, he's fast. B, they'd like to get another runner into scoring position. If you don't worry about him, he'll take it. Corners the runners, 1 gone. Here it is from Roeder, squaring to bunt, pulled it back is Lester. It's outside. It's 1-0. So in this type of situation, parenting or teaching about the game, there's so much to look at and focus on here. More than just the pitcher, the catcher, and the batter. Baker holds a runner on at first, and back standing is Brokmond. In that, too, you've got to think about back at third. You can't be lazy about your flip over to first, because if there's any kind of a design on going from third to home, back might try. Runners on the corners, 1 gone. 1-0 pitch, squaring to bunt, pulling it back, taking a strike. Good pitch. On the outside edge is Lester. So I wonder if the Little Leaguers are talking about this exact situation on what to focus on right now. Guys, we got to look at what's going on out there. Throw to first. Back sliding is Brokmond. If folks say baseball's boring, well, they might not understand all of which to look at. Now, I didn't understand the complexities of soccer until I really started watching it. It is a beautiful game, not just a catchy phrase. Bouncing ball towards second to his left. Richardson brings in a run. Throw to first in time. It is 4-2 Miami and a bounce out by Parker Lester. And that's just unfortunate because Roeder got the pitch to be able to try to turn two. Couldn't because Richardson had to scamper to his left. And it wasn't that challenging of a play, but he had to just move some acreage on the infield. Taking second on the play is Brokmond. Scoring on the play is back. It's 4-2 Miami on the ground out. Here's David Novak. 4-2 Redhawks here in the fifth. Roeder got the bouncing double play, potentially inducing grounder, but it's all about location, location, location. This is bounce foul. It's 0-1. And be careful with this guy because he's hit 3 homers in less than 24 hours. David Novak with a runner at second. It's 4-2 Miami with 2 gone in the fifth. The 0-1 pitch just missed outside. 1-1 the count. Wind still blowing 20 miles per hour and gusting even higher. Just a wonderful weather day. As we start off May, Roeder brings it home. Low, 2-1. Just an unfortunate deal there. Because you can execute the pitch and you could get basically what you want, but again, there's a whole lot of space out there. Runner at second, 2 gone, 4-2 Miami in the fifth. And the pitch, low. It is 3-1. So now you have a decision to make. Do you want to try to be competitive on a 3-1 pitch here, knowing that this guy's been like Paul Bunyan in the last 24 hours? Or do you just want to have discretion as the better part of valor? 3-1 pitch, 2 gone. Check of the runner at second. Here it is from Roeder. Ooh, he was challenging him, and it's fouled off at the plate. It's 3-2. Counts run full. Redhawks with 1 here in the fifth. 4-2 Miami. Novak fouled off a couple before he hit a homer in his last plate appearance. Right-handed batter close to the plate, open stance. Payoff pitch, 2 gone. Line drive to left, down the line. It's in there for a base hit. It will bounce to the wall, bounce over the wall. It's a ground rule double. It's 5-2 Miami. Scoring from second is Brokmond. David Novak does it again. This time, keeping it in the park. But he's just been a cat killer here in the last 24 hours. He's going to throw up roadblocks to keep Ohio's bus from leaving Oxford. 5-2 Redhawks. That was a 3-2 pitch. Sometimes guys get hot, and he has. Here's Zach McDonald. 2 spot for Miami. Foul tip on a fastball. It's 0-1. Roeder at 84 pitches. Cats down by 3 here in the fifth. Low and in on the next one. It's 1-1. And much like the score would indicate, there's been a little bit of good for Roeder and maybe, unfortunately, some untimely bad against hitters up there who are capable. 1-1. Low and in, 2-1. But ultimately, it comes down to the stat line and that scoreboard. And Ohio's going to have to come back to try to take this series. And again, based on where Ohio's at the 4th spot in this league, there's a big difference between a series win and a series split. 2-1 on McDonald. Popped up, skied, back a home, out of play. Minzy, it might blow back in. No, it just kind of skirted the screen as it came down. And the 3 or 4 people that were right there, they had no clue. they sat there like they were listening to Lawrence Welk. Oh, good. Foul ball. Everybody's all right. 2-2 the count. A 1 and a 2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Inning over. So Roeder regathered, got the punch out. That's 6. So again, some good, but the scoreboard reflects maybe some unfortunate not good. And Ohio down 5-2 as we go to the 6th. Wind still blowing out. There's still time. This is Bobcat Baseball. Top of the 6th brings about a trip to the bullpen. The Red Hawks have turned the keys to the ignition over to Pat Mastrian, the 4th. We've got 2 4ths in the ballpark today. Eddie Cutt, the 4th, whose father is no doubt fishing for salmon in Montana right now. That'd be a nice thing to do. I've never fished before a day in my life, but fishing in Montana sounds fun. Pat Mastrian in. Redshirt freshman out of Indy. Alex Finney to lead it off. So the right-handed reliever, who Ohio has seen already in the series, is in there now. Mastrian pitched yesterday and gave up the run and the hit that ultimately gave Ohio the win. He took the loss. He's 1-2. Alex Finney is at the plate, and the first one missed. It's 1-0. So Mastrian in for Miami. Right-handed pitcher. Right on right in the pitch as Ohio's down 5-2 as we start off the 6th. Next one, there's a strike. It's 1-2. Miami at 18-25, 13-17. Ohio at 20-18 and 12-11. Mastrian for Finney. Bouncing ball foul. Wide of third. Red Hawks staff ERA at 5.91. Mastrian 1-3 with a 9.16 ERA, 18 2/3 innings of work, 24 hits, 19 runs, 14 walks, 21 strikeouts. Opposition hitting .329 against him. So those stats indicate they're stats, and they're enough of a sample size that Ohio's going to have a chance at this guy. Bases cleared, nobody gone, top of the 6th, and the pitch plunked him on the left shoulder, and that was a soft one. And if you're going to get hit by a pitch, that's the pitch to get hit by. And that starts it off here in the 6th with Ohio down 5-2. Here's Michael Richardson. And something smells good. Maybe I'm hungry. Probably am. It's 2:30 and had a bagel and a donut today. So they got the Red Hot Grill fired up. That sounds good. Smells good. Here it is for Richardson. And the first one misses. It's 1-0. Michael today, 2 for 2 with a run scored. Yeah, something smells really good. Too bad this broadcast doesn't have a smell component. Yeah, that's the next thing. They got to do that. More so than just the scratch and sniff. You kids don't know about that. There was so much fun with scratch and sniff stuff. Oh, yeah. There were stickers. Throw over to first. Gets past the first baseman Krause. Trickles away. And up 90 feet goes Alex Finney. So Mastrian threw over. It was a bit low. It popped off the mitt and rolled away. So E1? Yeah. Yep. Allows the runner to move up. How are we in a society where all of these innovations to things, with Ohio down 5-2 in the sixth with nobody gone and a runner at second, we haven't had, like, smell-o-vision yet. Pitch misses outside. That was outside. It's 1-1. 2-1 now. When you're watching a cooking show or you're watching a game and you want the smell of the ballpark, that's $1 million idea right there. Just like the jump to conclusion mat or the pet rock. 2-1 coming. Upstairs, 3-1. I've got a couple other really good ideas that I think could be money-making opportunities, but I just don't have the capital. Need to put out a tip jar or something. 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike two. 5-2 Miami. We're in the sixth before a fairly close 2.5-hour ride home. Back to Athens for the week, and then off to Muncie after that. Ohio trying to come back to take the series. 3-2 pitch, runner at second. Oh, boy. It looked low, but as I mentioned, Tim Catton's strike three call is evaluate, step, and hurt. And unfortunately, that was strike three. Here's Cale Baker. One gone, runner at second. It was close enough to be a strike, friends. I'm not going to say that that was a horrible call. It was close. And at 3-2, it just didn't go Ohio's way. Here's Cale Baker. Big swing, fouls it back. And Mastrian's having a real tough mastery of his cap. Just rolled away on the follow-through. I don't know if athletes are wearing snug hats anymore, snug fitted caps anymore. He also has a little bit of hair under there, so that would be a little different than me. Wind blowing out for Cale Baker. 0-1 the count, one gone, top of six. Ohio down 5-2, runner at second. This slider sweeps outside. Count level of the ball and a strike. Just some harmless little wispy clouds. Bob Ross would love it. Floating overhead, but powder blue skies in Oxford. Baker twitches his right elbow just a little bit and waits. Fouled back. He's had some good hacks. Remember, he popped foul in his last plate appearance on pitch one. Baker dropped a double in earlier, and he eventually scored. He was stranded there. He brought in a run. That was when Ohio got back-to-back single tallies in the first and second inning. Next one to Baker, chest high, pushed him back a bit at 91 from Mastrian. It's 2-2. On at second is Finney. Baker, the 8th man in the lineup. Ohio down by 3 in the sixth. Mastrian from the belt looks at the runner at second and brings it home. Upstairs, that wasn't much of a competitive pitch. It's 3-2. As a plastic bag floats through the outfield now. And time called. McDonald will track it down. That's a round of applause you hear. 3-2, the count, one gone. Cale Baker back into the box. He could hit a long one to make it 5-4. We'll see if he does. Payoff pitch. Nope. Bouncing ball, oof. Off the padded railing in the Miami dugout. And hopefully everybody's all right. Again, the distance between the dugout to home plate is like 5 feet. And that is a lean beware sort of setup on the railing. 3-2 the count in a lengthy encounter between Mastrian the fourth and Cale Baker. Here it is, another foul ball. How many pitches in this at-bat are we at? The 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. It's a nice hat, by the way. 3-2 the count, one gone here in the 6th. Mastrian from the stretch. Look at Finney. Here it is. Fly ball hit a ton down the line and left foul. Oh, boy. That would have been over the roof at Old County Stadium. That was way gone, but foul. Pitch number 9 in the at-bat coming up. With one gone in the 6th and Ohio down 3. Popped up. Third base side, it is playable. Lester over into foul ground, and it blows back a bit and drops. Foul. Oh, that's happened a couple of times today, and that, to be fair, is a tough one, but you've got to communicate. That drop between 3 fielders, one of them being the pitcher. Shortstop, third baseman, pitcher over, and it was the third baseman, Lester. And it just dropped behind him. What really would have been fun there is if it dropped into fair ground because the wind could have blown it there. It was maybe 3 feet foul. Cale Baker and Patrick Mastrian locked into a battle here. Another payoff pitch. This is popped up, probably playable. It is near first. Kraus in makes the catch. A lengthy encounter, and it is won by Miami. 2 gone, runner at second. Here's Nick Dolan. You hear the wind blowing. You figure somebody else is going to get into one here and hit one out of the park. But if you're a Bobcat fan, you're hoping it's not Miami. Will it be Dolan? Up and in on the first one from Mastrian. It's 1-0. Line for McLean, their starter. 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. A walk and 5 strikeouts through 86 pitches. Brendan Roeder at 89 pitches for Ohio. 6 hits, 5 runs, all earned. A walk and a strikeout. Runner at second, 2 gone to the pitch. Dolan takes a strike. One and one the count. Ohio's left 6. Miami is stranded 2. Dolan today 1 for 2. And the pitch. That missed up and in. He lost the handle on a breaking ball at 75. Finney at second based on errant pickoff throw, and he's been anchored there for a bit. 2-1 the count. Here it is to Dolan. Up and in. 3-1. Can you turn the lineup card over to get to Peterson with the 2-out walk? You'd like Ohio's chances if that happens. Pete today's 1 for 3. Dolan with a competitive at-bat here. 3-1 the count. 2 gone in a lengthy top of the 6th. Hopefully it's fruitful for the green and white. The pitch. Strike at the belt. It's a zone for a reason. There are several parts of the zone. It doesn't have to be right down the middle for it to be a strike. And that was an upper-level strike. It is 3-2. So it's run full with 2 gone. Finney at second, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and emphatic. Emotion shown from Mastrin after the strikeout. He is all kinds of fired up. Pumped his fists, leaned down and yelled. And in the confines of this game, that is a big strikeout, and that was a big runner left at second. Ohio strands a man. We go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-2 Miami. This is Bobcat Baseball. Steven Krause leads it off as we go to the bottom of the 6th. 5-2 red and white over the green and white. Brendan Roeder back on the mound. Pitch 90 coming up here against Krause, who's a right-handed first baseman who's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And it is 0-1. So it is Roeder with the bullpen warming behind him. Here it is to Krause. Another swing and a miss. 0-2. Can he get him for the 3rd time? 6 strikeouts today, 1 walk. 6 hits, 5 runs for Miami. 0-2 pitch coming. Low, 1-2. What else is doing in the MAC? I know you're waiting on the edge of your seat to find out what's going on between Austin Peay and Toledo. 1-2 the count. It's 7-2 Rockets, by the way, in the bottom of the 6th at scenic Scott Park. Eastern Michigan 15. Bowling Green 2, top of the 6th. Here it is from Roeder. Low. Akron 5, Kent State 3, bottom of the 8th inning. That's in the Rubber City, and that would be a series split if Akron were to get the win. Here it is from Roeder to Steven Krause on 2-2. Called, strike 3, outside edge, good pitch. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Krause, the 7th for Brendan Roeder. 1 gone. Here's Brian Zapp. Zapp today, 0 for 2. Ohio struck out 7 times. 7 strikeouts for Miami. And again, remember, this team leads the league in hits. They also lead the league in strikeouts. 5-2 Redhawks. Zapp, a left-handed hitter, pops it up. Skies it on the infield right side. Richardson shielding his vision with the glove, and he makes the catch. 2 gone. Roeder at 95 pitches now. Here's Willie Escala. On a windy day like this, to get through a 6 at 5-2, well, you don't want to give up the 5 runs for sure, but Could have been worse, and Roeder's had a couple of 1-2-3 racks here. Here it is to Escala. Squared a bunt, pulled it back, took a strike. It is 0-1 in Muncie. How about this? Bottom of the 7th inning. Ball State going for the sweep on top 3-1 on Central Michigan. Charlie Cardinals crew, chirp, chirp. Line drive, right center field. Peterson got a jump on it, goes back, leaps, and made the catch. Right in front of the track and on the track. That was to the right of straightaway center. The ball seemed to get an extra zip in flight, and Peterson had to break off his run with a leap. What a catch. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Brendan Roeder. As we go to the 7th, 5-2 Miami. This is Bobcat Baseball. If Ohio's going to win this game, it's going to need 6 runs to do it. Down 5-2 now. They'd have to get 6 runs total at this point. They need 4 more runs to tie and then take the lead. We go to the 7th. Mastrian still out there for Miami. Top of the lineup, Isaiah Peterson. Good place to start. With Ohio down 5-2. Right on left here in the 7th. And the first one low on a fastball. It is 1-0. Eddie Cutt the 4th is in the dugout. Ed Cutt the 3rd is listening in Montana, not fishing, he said. Pitch misses inside, but it's called a strike. It is 1-1. So hello in Montana. Also, hello to Kalina West and Mom in Mackay, Idaho. Listening today, no doubt. 1-1, flown to left, hit pretty well towards left center field. That ball's a chance. It's gone. Over the wall, under the scoreboard, and around the bases, Isaiah Peterson goes. It's a Bobcat blast. It's 5-3 now. That just kept carrying for a Pete pop. And Ohio's down by 2. That's home run number 38 for the ball club. Isaiah Peterson's 4th, RBI 27. Here is A.J. Roush. That's 7 hits for Ohio today. Isaiah Peterson makes it a 2-run differential. And the pitch to A.J. Curveball strike. It's 0-1. He's struck out 3 times today. Not a real good candidate to strike out 4 times. Good start here to the 7th. Right on right here with the wind blowing, the sun glistening. That handcuffed him, and Mastrian lost his hat again. There should be an automatic ball if it happens one more time. It's 0-2. So the home run for Peterson, again, over the literally right over the 376 marker. And then below the message part of the scoreboard in left center. So literally plugged up the gap. Ohio down by 2. The pitch to A.J. upstairs. 1-2. There is activity in the Miami bullpen. It's a left-hander. Wind blowing out. What's AJ going to do? 1-2. Upstairs. Bowed him back a little. Popped in at 89. And when the radar gun hasn't been popping, anything at 89 looks like 95. Ohio down by 2 in the 7th on the comeback trail. And the pitch. Check swing. Oh, he did. Well, I don't know if he went or not, or if it was a called strike 3, but anyway, that's 4 strikeouts for A.J. Roush on a handcuffing breaking ball. Here's Colin Kasperbauer. Ohio down 2 in the 7th. Who's the 7th inning sponsored by, you wonder? Well, friends, it's Qdoba. Double meat burrito after a workout on that drive back to Athens. I'm very adult. Pitch misses upstairs. If you folks saw what my life is like on the road, you'd be like, that guy's 20. I'm a little north of 20 in the pitch upstairs on Kasperbauer. Yeah, the plan here is to drive to the gym that I worked out at in Westchester? Yeah. Work out there and throw the steel around for an hour and a half. Then go to a Qdoba. Then drive back to the Plains. That's living, friends. 2-0, strike, 2-1 the count. No wonder why I'm not married. 2-1 the count. 1 gone, top of 7. But anyway, it would be good to do after, hopefully, a Bobcat comeback victory. Smoked foul down the right field side. Ohio on the comeback trail here with 1 gone in the 7th. 5-3 Miami with the lead. Mastrian will throw his 36th pitch to Colin Kasperbauer, who today, not all on this at bat, is 0 for 2 with a run scored and a walk. Middle part of the Bobcat lineup trying to come through here. Right on left in the 7th. And the pitch. Low and away. Counts run full. Qdoba's on East State Street in Athens, online at Qdoba.com. 1 gone to the 7th. Run already in on the Peterson homer. Payoff pitch. Fly ball. Shallow. Left field. Going to drop in there. Base hit. Played on a big hop by Nybauer. Rounding first, getting into second with a feet first slide is Colin Kasperbauer. That whole thing on the hit was slow motion. But what isn't slow, the speed of Kasperbauer for a double. That is Ohio's 5th double today. Colin Kasperbauer. Here's Mason Minzy. Activity in Miami's pen. Runner at second, 1 gone. Tying runner at the plate. Minzy hit a 3-run homer yesterday. 1 for 3 today with the run scored. Right on left in the pitch. There's a strike at 89. Oh, 0-1 coming from Mastrian. Bouncing ball to first, played back of the bag near the line. It's Krause. He'll run to the sack for the out. Taking third on the play is Kasperbauer. 2 gone. Up to Spencer Harbert here. Base hit makes it 5-4. Homer ties the game. Harbert 0 for 2 today with the strikeout. Spencer has 9 home runs and 32 runs batted in. Right on right here. And Ohio trying to come from behind to get to 13 and 11 in the MAC. And the pitch to Harbert, low and away. They appeal, he didn't go. 1-0. 2 gone in the 7th, and Ohio's got a shot here. As Spencer Harbert's at the plate. And the pitch. upstairs. 2-0. On at third is Casper Bauer. 2 gone in the 7th. 2-0 pitch. Popped him up. Foul ground, hit a mile in the sky. Third base side and caught. In the coach's box at third. That blew back in. The wind helped Miami. It hurt Ohio there. And Harbert pops out and the inning's over. But Isaiah Peterson brings Ohio a run closer with the solo shot as they stretch here in Oxford. Miami 5, Ohio 3. This is Bobcat Baseball. They're still enjoying the 7th inning stretch here in Oxford. And a native of the south suburbs of Milwaukee is in now to pitch for the Bobcats. Tyler Peck out of Oak Creek, Wisconsin. 6'2", 215, 36, Tyler Peck in for the Bobcats. And the first pitch is popped up foul out of play to Nick Neibauer, their left fielder. 8-9-1 scheduled with Miami on top 5-3. Peck into the game to pitch. Appearance 7, doesn't have a record, 6.97 ERA. And he drops in a slow one for a strike. It's 0-2. Peck, 10 1/3 innings, 15 hits, 8 runs, all earned, a walk and 6 strikeouts. Here it is to Neibauer on 0-2. Went inside and it actually hit Catton, and he's down face first into the field turf, and now is raising up just a little bit. He got hit there, and it might have been a cross-up between Peck and Minzy, and hopefully the home plate umpire's all right. Tim Catton being helped to his feet. That hit his right arm, forearm, somewhere there, and he will stay in the game. He'll take a little bit of water. And that might have been a cross-up. It was inside, and Minzy is very reliable back there, and things happen. What are you going to do? But Catton is all right, at least for now, and will stay in. 1-2 the count. It's the second day that we've had a home plate umpire, unfortunately, have some difficulty. All right, 1-2 the count. And the pitch. Low and away, 2-2. Ohio down 5-3. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Isaiah Peterson got him closer with a homer in the top half of this frame. Peck from the stretch. Low, 3-2. Peck, a freshman. Putting guys away as a freshman, that's a challenge. 3-2, fouled off. He was up 0-2 in the count. And now finishing off D1 hitters, that's always a difficulty for freshmen. See if he could do it on Neibauer here, who is 1 for 2 today. Brought in a run, struck out. Payoff pitch. Inside, ball 4. So Miami fans will be happy with that at-bat, down 0-2 and getting the walk. And Peck wanted to put him away, couldn't. Here's Dalton Back, their catcher. Back today, 0 for 1 with the run scored. And the pitch. Turned on to left, down the line, it's deep, and that ball is gone. 2-run homer, Dalton Back. And Miami's back to now a 4-run lead. It's 7-3. That wasn't a supercharge out of here. It was more golfed and lofted. Down the line and left. Dalton Back with a home run. And that is Miami's 37th this year. Dalton Back with his 4th. RBIs 18 and 19. And here it is to Benji Brokmond. And that's a ball. It's 1-0, and Minzy out to settle down the freshman Peck. So the 0-2 not putting away, get to 3-2 walk. Then giving up the homer. And it was a first pitch homer, too. And that's the development of freshman pitchers, and particularly relievers. Putting guys away or making pitches that can induce some outs. Bouncing ball into center field for a base hit for Benji Brokmond, who is 2 for 4 on the day. Here's Parker Lester, 0 for 3 with a RBI. Tim Brown with a purposeful walk out of the dugout. He's not slowly walking out there. And Ohio's going to go to the pen. And Ohio does. Runner at first, nobody gone. Bottom 7, 2 in. Miami 7, Ohio 3. We'll pause for the pitching change. This is Bobcat Baseball. Zach Weber into the ballgame for Ohio. Weber wears 20 2. Into the game for the Bobcats. 7-3 Miami. This was the score Ohio won game 1 of the series by. Parker Lester's the batter. Weber, a right-handed arm. And Brokmond at first, and Ohio checks on him. So Zach Weber in for the Bobcats. Wears 22. Right-handed arm out of Lebanon, Ohio, so literally right over there. Bouncing ball foul. 6'2", 210 out of Lebanon. Zach Weber in for the Bobcats. Weber making his 10th appearance. No record, 7.15 ERA. This is hopefully going to get him to 11 2/3 or 12 innings or beyond of pitching. 16 hits, 10 runs, 9 earned, 7 walks, 10 strikeouts. This is fouled back. 0-2 the count on Parker Lester. Their 2-hole hitter who is 0 for 3 today with a run batted in. Still nobody gone, bottom of the 7th. And unfortunately, Ohio tried to get some action in for Tyler Peck today, and that didn't go the way that the Bobcats wanted it to. This is popped up in the left. This gets carried now back to the warning track and wall, and it will bounce over the wall and hit off the scoreboard. It's a ground rule double. It sounded like it was hit off the end of the bat, but with the wind today, anything up in the air, particularly middle of the afternoon, will get some carry. It did, and this is now a tough situation. Runners on second and third. Brokman at third, Lester at second. 7-3 Miami, bottom of the 7th with nobody out. David Novak, who is 2 for 3 today, has hit 3 homers in the last 2 games. He's brought in 2. He stands in. And the pitch. Fly ball, center field, deep. Going to stay in the park. Peterson's there, makes the catch in front of the track. Scoring from third is Brokmond. It is 8-3 Miami. To third on the play goes Lester. So even when he doesn't hit the ball out of the park, he still brings in a run. Here's Zach McDonald. 8-3 Miami. It's a 5-run deficit now. Zach McDonald, their center fielder, 1 for 3 today. McDonald, back, Novak, all homers. Infield in, Ohio down by 5, 1 gone in the 7th. Pop-up foul. First base side out of play. Down 5-3, you felt like, all right, here we go. And bouncing ball up the middle into center field for a base hit, 9-3. Scoring from third is Lester. RBI single, Zach McDonald. It's a 6-run deficit now. This is a 4-run inning. Here's Steven Krause. That was hit pretty well back over the mound, through the middle and into center. (9-3) Miami. And the pitch, low and away. 1-0 on Krause, who is 0 for 3 today with 3 strikeouts. Winning series in this league and in 4-game sets, that's hard to do. Pitch misses low, 2-0. And this is across the board, unless you're Ball State or Central Michigan. There's no real big separating factor amongst anybody else. 2-0. Outside, 3-0. And it comes down to pitching. I mean, frankly. And it's tough on this level to get enough arms to execute. And it's not that they're not trying, and it's not like they don't want to. This is a bouncing ball foul to the Miami dugout. You just have some guys that are trying to work on things, that are trying to find their way to putting guys away. And that takes being in there in these types of situations. And sometimes you got to take your lumps. 3-1 to count, 1 gone, bottom 7, and the pitch. There's a strike. It's 3-2 to Steven Krause. But this is across the board in this league, and leagues similar to the MAC. And that's why the 4-game series are really tough. Right on right. This is line to left. It is right at Harbert who makes the catch. He went to his left about 7 feet for out number 2. Back to first goes McDonald. Ohio down by 6, 9-3. Here's Dalton Back, their catcher, who is 1 for 2. 2 runs scored. Back homered. 1 of their 3. Ohio down by 6 in the 7th. And the pitch. Fastball strike in the outside edge. Speaking of which, what's going on in Muncie? Ooh, tied at 3, bottom of the 8th. Bouncing ball foul, wide of first. Tied at 3, bottom of the 8th, Central Michigan and Ball State. Bottom of the 6th, EMU's going to run rule BG. 19-3. Good morning. Akron just beat Kent State 7-3. Fastball Steeright called in the outside edge. And the inning is over with the strikeout. Weber gets zap. But the Red Hawks score 4 in the 7th. 9-3 Miami with the lead. This is Bobcat Baseball. Top of the 8th inning's on. Time for a rally. Ohio down 6, 9-3. Welcome back to Oxford, where the folks here are very friendly. Unless they've been talking behind my back here in the press box, which literally they could be because there are many of them behind my back. All right. Alex Finney labels one into center off of Martin Sosna, who is the new pitcher for the Redhawks. And he's greeted with the line drive up the middle. Michael Richardson bats now. Sosna, right-handed arm. In there for the Redhawks, wears number 5. This is his 7th appearance. He doesn't have a record, has a 6 ERA, 6 innings. Now, 6 hits, 6 runs, 4 earned, 8 walks, 6 strikeouts for Martin Sosna, S-O-S-N-A, in there for Miami. So a leadoff single for Finney. And we'll see what Ohio can do on the comeback trail. Michael Richardson bats now. He's 2 for 3 today. Has had a good day, both in the field and at the plate. Sosna, out of Chicago, went to Fenwick. 5'10", 205. Martin Sosna, one of the many Miami students over the years that has made the march from Chicago down here to Oxford. This is like Chicago Southeast down here, where fraternities and sororities rule the day. Pitch misses, low and away. 9-3 Redhawks, 3-0 the count. All the houses also have names down here. I mean, I've never really seen that anywhere else, where all the houses have names. Some clever, some not. Pitch misses inside, that hit him. Richardson hit by a pitch, or it's a walk. Either way, it was a 3-0 pitch. And don't give up on this one just yet, because Ohio's down 9-3, and the Redhawks have to try to find outs too, and they probably are trying to test some guys deep into the weekend. They haven't used a whole lot of pitchers, though, but Ohio will have a chance against this red-hot bullpen with the wind blowing out. Cale Baker's the batter. 2 aboard, nobody gone, top of the 8th. 8th inning is presented by Hugh White. If the deal's right, it must be Hugh White. Baker has had some lengthy at-bats and also a one-pitch at-bat, but he's up now. Cale 1 for 3 today with an RBI, and he takes a generous strike at his 0-1. But yeah, if you pass by the houses here, they've all got the name of their house on the front part of it's a sign, like it would be a business, but it's a house. They all do. They all have, like, you know, logos or drawings on them or whatever. It's kind of cool. Makes sense. 1-1 the count. Be pretty easy to identify for house parties, right? Where are you going tonight? Well, I'm going to the Stagger Inn, which you might do. Pitch low and away, bounced in, backhand pickup by the catcher back. 2-1. Wind still blowing, 20 miles per hour to center. Sunshine. Good day to work on the tan. Sosna out of their pen. Here it is to Cale Baker on 2-1. Time called. Pitch comes in anyway. It would have been a ball. Can Ohio take that? Would have been 3-1. It's 2-1 now. Because there's no way in the world that Cale Baker would have swung at that pitch. It was in the turf. Long one here would make it 9-6. Some would say it would be a rally killer. This is fouled back to the screen. Two and two the count. Easy on the expletives out there. First and second, the runners. Nobody gone. 2-2 the count on Cale Baker and the pitch. Low, good eye, good take. 3-2. Will their bullpen give Ohio a chance? It's game 4 of the series for them, too. Ohio trying to climb aboard the comeback express. Runners can get a free start here on 3-2. They won't. The pitch is inside. It's ball 4. And Ohio has the bases loaded now. Well. Finney to third. Richardson to second. Baker on at first. Here's Nick Dolan. 9-3 the score at top of the 8th. Don't think about moving on to your next activity yet. Don't click that X in your Internet Explorer. We'll keep on going. And the Redhawks are going to go to the bullpen. So Sosna was less than so-so. He leaves the game with the bases loaded. Finney at third, Richardson at second, Baker at first. 9-3 Miami. Top of the 8th, nobody gone. Ohio has a chance here, down 6 on Getaway Day in Oxford. This is Bobcat Baseball. All right, so you're hanging with us as Miami goes to the bullpen to Nick DeMonica, and he inherits a bases-loaded situation. DeMonica in the pitch for Miami, 1-4 with a 6.35 ERA, 28 innings of work, 28 strikeouts, 15 walks, opposition hitting .296 against him. And the first one misses inside to Nick Dolan. DeMonica wears 25. And he's in now for Miami. DeMonica, 6 foot, 180. He's from Cortland, Ohio. He is a left-handed arm. Bases packed with cats in the pitch. Missed inside, got away, back to the backstop. Ohio gets a run without a play. It's 9-4. Second and third, the runners. Scoring from third on the play is Finney. On a wild one to make the count 2-0. Don't give up on this one just yet. Ohio down by 5 with nobody out the top of the 8th. Dolan today is 1 for 3. He struck out twice. Base hit. Now, may make it 9-6. Baker at second. Richardson at third. Here it is to Dolan. Big hack and a miss. 1-1 the count. Outfield deep, straight up. Left on right here. Dolan waits, and the pitch. Line drive through the left side hole. Base hit. Scoring from third is Richardson. Baker with the green light on. There's going to be no play. It's a 2 RBI single to left field for Nick Dolan. Cats down 9-6. Don't give up on this one just yet. It's a Sunday in a 4-game series in the MAC, and Ohio's down by 3. Dolan comes through. Back topside, Isaiah Peterson. The 10th hit of the day for Ohio. The second for Nick Dolan. Here's Pete, who popped one out of here last time. He's 2 for 4. Ohio down by 3. Left on left, and the pitch is outside. Still nobody out in the top of the 8th. It is a Sunday in the Mid-American Conference, which is akin to midweek football in this league. You never know what's going to happen. The only difference is it would never be 70 degrees and sunny for midweek action. It would be 20 and windy. Fly ball foul, third base side, out of play. 1-1 the count. Just a weird and wild stuff for sure. DeMonica, left-handed arm, crouches as he waits, fidgets a bit, now comes set. And the pitch. Peterson takes low and away, 2-1. The Bobs are battling back. Hits level at 10. Roush and Casper Bauer on deck, and you know AJ, after striking out 4 times today, is licking his chops, and he wants to get up there with some anger. Pop-up foul down the line and left, out of play. It's 2-2 on Isaiah Peterson. Yesterday, he went 1 for 5. Ohio won it 10-9 in what turned out to be a back-and-forth late-inning battle. Ohio led 6-1 going into the 7th, and then Miami tied it with 5 in the stretch inning. Went to 10, Ohio won by 1. And the pitch over Pete's head and caught by back. If he didn't secure that, Ohio would have a runner in scoring position. Dolan on at first. As it stands, the count's run full. Tying runner is up on deck. Tying run on deck. 9-6 Miami. And the payoff pitch with a runner holding. Outside, ball 4. First and second now with nobody gone. Ohio down by 3, 9-6. And here's A.J. Roush. Wouldn't it be something? Time called, pitching coach out. If A.J. could go deep here, he has 6 homers, 31 runs batted in. He's a .317 hitter coming in. He's just had a tough day. He's 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. Dolan at second, Peterson at first. 9-6, Ohio trails. Long meeting on the mound. Pitching coach for Miami out there, and now it's broken up. Wind still blowing. Sun still shining. And there's a little bit of light now. With 6 runs for Ohio with a 3-run inning. A.J. Roush at the plate. He came on the scene early, and he's been really good as a first-year playing Cat. This one drops low. It's 1-0. DeMonica will throw his 11th pitch, and there's still nobody out in the inning. Ohio scored 3, and their runners on first and second, and there's nobody out yet. Roush waits. Two white batting gloves in the pitch. Low, 2-0. Well. Ohio led 2-0. Game was tied at 2. And then Miami took a 5-2 lead. Then it was 5-3. 9-3, and now 9-6. 2-0. Fly ball foul. First base side, now to the park. The total time on this top of the 8th is going to be long. Roush back into the box. Very clean white spikes. Left on right, the 2-1 pitch. Popped him up, foul, first base side towards the Bobcat bullpen and out of play. 2-2 the count. On deck is Colin Kasperbauer. Eighth inning, and Ohio's got a chance here to come from behind and win this series. On at second is Dolan. At first is Peterson. The 2-2 pitch to A.J. Roush. Fly ball center field, hit a ton. Way back, but gonna stay in the park. How did that not blow out? Caught. Tagging at second, going to third is Dolan. Runners on the corners. Anything in the air to center, with the wind today, you figure has a chance to get out. It didn't. Caught by McDonald. One gone in the inning. Kasperbauer is the batter. Colin today, 1 for 3 with a run scored. He's walked. So runners on the corners here. Roush gave it a ride, but to maybe about 392 feet away from home. Just to the right of straightaway center. Left on left here, and the pitch fouled back. It's 0-1. Miami's thinking, get the double play and get out of the inning. Ohio's thinking, stay out of the double play, at least produce their 7th run. Off the bat, it sounded good. And we're right behind the plate, so the carry looked good too. This one hits him on the right shoulder. Tosses the bat away and goes to first. Bases loaded now with one gone. There is activity in Miami's pen. Would they go to their 3rd pitcher this inning? Bases loaded for Mason Minzy. A grand slam would give Ohio a 10-9 lead, and that would give Ohio the same lead that they eventually won by at the end of the game yesterday. Minzy's number is 10. Ohio would get to 10 with a grand slam. 9-6 Miami, bases loaded, one gone. The pitch got under it and popped it up. Into shallow right. Moving back, zap. Backpedals, makes the catch. No ability to tag. Oh, nuts. 2 gone. Shallow right. And you know he was going up there to mash. And to DeMonica's credit, he made a pitch to jam him a bit. Time called. And here's Spencer Harbert. And Miami's going to the pen for their 3rd pitcher of the inning. 3 in, bases still loaded, 2 gone. 9-6 Miami. And Miami's going to the pen now. We'll step aside for the pitching change. This is Bobcat Baseball. New pitcher into the ball game, right-handed arm, 6 foot 185, Michael Spinozzi, Spinozzi, out of Southlake, Texas, and Tyler Junior College. 16, Michael Spinozzi into the ball game for Miami. Spinozzi to this point, this is his 11th appearance, 12 ERA. My word. 18 innings of work, 28 hits, 29 runs, 24 earned. First pitch popped up. First base side from Spencer Harbert. First baseman Kraus there made the catch. Inning over. Ohio leaves him loaded. Spinozzi has mile-high numbers in like every category, and he made one pitch on Harbert, and he got a pop-out to end the inning. Well, we go to the bottom of the 8th. Ohio does score 3. It's 9-6 Miami. This is Bobcat Baseball. New pitcher into the ball game for Ohio. As we go to the bottom of the 8th inning. (9-6) Miami. Willie Escala leads it off. Adam Beery into the ball game for Ohio? Yes. Left-handed arm. First one misses up and away. Adam Beery in for Ohio. Out of the pen. Beery wears 38. Excuse me. Left-hander, freshman, pops the mid outside to Escala. Switch hitter batting right now. It's 2-0. Beery, 6 foot 190, out of Ravenna, Ohio. 2-1 to count now on Escala. Beery brings it home on 2-1. Bouncer left side, played foul by Casper Bauer. He skidded on the field turf. Beery making his 7th appearance, 9 ERA, 8 innings, 11 hits, 8 runs, 8 earned, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts for Adam Beery. 9-6 the score. Miami leads, bottom of the 8th inning. 2-2 the count. Next one up and away. Counts run full. Final score, Ball State swept Central Michigan. Wow, that puts out the fire up quick. 4-3 Ball State. Fouled back, out of play. That's hard to do. And again, the class of the conference, the cards and the chips. And Ball State just swept Central Michigan. They're now 22-4 in the league. And the pitch. Called strike 3. Inside edge on Escala. 1 gone, bottom of the 8th. Actually, that might not be updated. They're 23-4 in the league. Central Michigan's now 21-5. One gone, bottom 8, 9-6 Miami. Here's Nick Neibauer, and the left-handed 12 wearing Red Hawk takes a strike. It is 0-1. Neibauer today 1 for 2 with a run scored. Brought in a run because he doubled. Yes, I'm aware I've not reinstalled the updates yet. 0-2 the count. 9-6 Miami. And you're happy with the fact that Ohio scored 3 in the 8th, but leaving them loaded, swing and a miss. Strike 3, got him. Nice pitch for Adam Beery. Really pulled the string on that. 2 gone, here's Dalton back. And again, as we talk about, pitching in leagues, these are opportunities for guys to make pitches and make strides. And that's what Adam Beery can do here. He really rushes it up there. That missed low to Dalton back. It's 1-0. 2 gone, bases clear. Bottom of the 8th. Presented by Hugh White. There's a changeup for a strike. It's 1-1. Beery with a very light tan mitt. Turns, fires, swing, and a miss. 1-2. In the 9th, if you're thinking, you're listening to this, so you probably are, Finney, Richardson, Baker, and hopefully more. The pitch, low and away. 2-2. Combined, that crew has 4 hits today, 4 for 9. Next one just missed outside. Count runs full. That was real close. So again, those guys, this part of the lineup, Finney, Richardson, Baker, 4 for 9 with 4 runs scored. You got a chance there. Payoff pitch, swing and a foul tip. Just barely fouled it off. Count holds at 3-2. Miami up by 3. Can Ohio come back to win it? The pitch. Line drive down the line and left, foul. We've had it before where Ohio's had the same score and won on back-to-back days. Maybe the same thing can happen today. Won game 1 of the series 7-3, lost game 2 5-1. Won game 3 10-9, down 9-6 now. The pitch. Called strike 3 on a real slow one at 72. Very nicely done by Adam Beery. All right, we go to the 9th. 9-6 Red Hawks. Good part of the lineup coming up. This is Bobcat Baseball. Ninth inning of Bobcat Baseball presented by CareSource. Covered with kindness. Kindly hello. I'm Russ Eisenstein. Ohio University Baseball trails Miami University 9-6 as we go to the 9th. 9 times. Eastern Michigan, more than 9. Run ruled Bowling Green today. 19-4. Yo. Toledo 7. Austin Peay 6 in the game that you were wondering about, the non-conference series. Let's go. P goes back to Tennessee. Akron 7. Kent State 3. That's big when it comes to the standings for Ohio with a little cushion behind. As there's not much. You now, if Ohio doesn't come back to win it, are now passed by Eastern Michigan. They have 13 league wins, so they would be the 4. Eastern would be, well, from a percentage standpoint, no. Eastern would be 13 and 15, so no, they wouldn't be the 4. The percentage points would still give Ohio the 4, as Kent State's now 12 and 14. All right. Spinozzi, with the mile-high numbers, is still in there for Miami. Alex Finney to lead it off. And the pitch, that missed up and away. It's 1-0. There's a dog barking. And a pet-friendly ballpark in Oxford. 9-6 Redhawks. Finney today 1 for 3. Right on right here in the 9th. And the pitch. Called a strike. Fastball just above the knee. 1-1. So Ohio would still be there in the 4 because of the percentage points. 1-1. Low and away, 2-1. Ohio led it 2-0 going into the bottom of the second. 2-1 pitch coming from Spinozzi. Low and away. 3-1. Miami scored 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 2 in the fifth, 4 in the seventh. Ohio came back with 3 in the top of the 8th and left them loaded. The pitch from Spinozzi, line drive, headed towards center, base hit. Leadoff man on. Finney's had a good day. He's 2 for 4. Here's Michael Richardson, who's 2 for 3. So this swath of the lineup, Finney, Richardson, and Baker, now 5 hits. 5 of Ohio's 11. Richardson, right-handed batter. Red bat against the Redhawks, takes a big old rip and comes up empty. It's 0-1. Baker's on deck. Richardson waits in the pitch. Just missed outside. 1-1 to count. It was close, but it was a ball. In the opinion of Tim Catton, and that's the only opinion that matters. 1-1 to count. Runner at first. Good start to the 9th, and the pitch popped up. Shallow right center. Zap back, and he made the catch as he stumbles, but secured the ball. 1 gone, back to first. It is Finney. Here's Cale Baker. 1 for 3 today. Brought in a run, scored a run. Ohio down 9-6, 1 gone, top of the 9th. Baker wears 50, 2 white batting gloves. Those long locks out of the back of the helmet. Swings and misses. It's 0-1. And the pitch. Up and away. 1-1 the count. On deck is Nick Dolan, and the pitch. That just missed low and in. Good eye from Cale Baker. It's 2-1. Last year, Ohio went Splitsville in series. Would love to come back and avoid the split here. Spinozzi from the stretch. Baker swings and lines it foul. Third base side rattles around towards the corner. 2-2 the count. One gone in the 9th. That 4-run 7th inning, that was the tough one. The pitch to Baker. Called strike 3, inside edge. Baker barks a bit. Head down walking as he heads to the dugout. He's not the type to show anybody up or even an umpire, and he verbalized his displeasure as he walks back to the dugout. It was close. Miami got the call. 2 gone, runner at first. if that was called for Ohio, you would take it. You'd say that's strike 3. So to be fair, that was pretty close. And with 2 strikes, Baker took it. Here is Nick Dolan. He swings through the first one. It's 0-1. Now, that's a logical approach to it, but emotions generally come into play. 0-1. Line drive, left field, base hit. Past the outstretched diving glove of Escala. Ohio gets the tying runner to the plate. Tying run to the plate on the line drive single by Nick Dolan. He's 3 for 5 today. This whole swath of the lineup. Finney, 2 hits. Richardson, 2 hits. Baker, a hit. 3 for Dolan. That is 8 hits in the bottom 4 of the lineup. Here's Isaiah Peterson. Hit a homer earlier. If he homers now, it's a tie game. First one's outside. It's 1-0. And Spinozzi, based on the numbers, has the ability to give up a long ball or an impactful hit. 2 gone, 2 on. 9-6 Miami. Peterson, the veteran leader, waits for Spinozzi. Line drive headed towards center. It's there. Base hit. Hitting third, coming in to score, it's Finney. Dolan heads to third. It's an RBI single to center by Isaiah Peterson. And the Cats aren't cooked yet. Down 9-7. 2 gone, top of the 9th. Here's A.J. Roush. That didn't have a whole lot of pace on the ball, but it was hit in just the right spot away from the diving second baseman Zapp. A.J. Roush has had a day to forget from his individual standpoint. 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. But he's had a heck of a year, and this is just a blip in what has been an awesome season. And he first pitch swings and cuts it foul. Opposite field, foul ground to the grassy berm that's beyond the Ohio bullpen, which is getting heated up right now. 0-1 the count. A long one gives Ohio a 10-9 lead. Runners on the corners, 2 gone, top of 9. The 0-1 pitch, fouled off again. Line foul, first base side. He is getting in on the hands, and it was elevated. And A.J. had an inside-out sort of swing there. Ohio's down to its last strike, but not without a fight. This ball club does that. 0-2 pitch to A.J. Popped him up. Foul ground, near first. Krause shuffles over and makes the catch. Ohio gave it a go, but comes up empty. A.J. pops out, and this ball game is over. Miami wins it 9-7. But to the Cats' credit, they had runners on the corners and the go-ahead run at the plate. Just one of those days, unfortunately, for A.J. And Ohio splits the series with Miami. Line score in the contest for Miami, 9 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. For Ohio, 7 runs, 13 hits, no errors. Winning pitcher in the contest would be McClain, and he's 1-0. Losing pitcher, Roeder, though he pitched well enough in spots, he takes the loss. Spinozzi picks up the save for Miami. Redhawks improved to 19-24 and 14-17 in the MAC. Ohio now 20-19 and 12-12 in the MAC. Time of the ball game right about 3 hours in front of a nice crowd here in Oxford to see it on a beautiful day in Southwest Ohio. Bobcat Baseball on the radio or internet presented by McDonald's, People's Bank, Union Street Diner, Go-Mart, Steak and Shake, Integrated Services, Qdoba, Hugh White, and CareSource. Ohio's done with midweek play, so next weekend it is Akron coming to town. The Zips just split with Kent State. Ohio had a rocky go in the Rubber City last year, and so some revenge hopefully on the line against Miami. 5 o'clock on Friday, there'll be a web stream with this potentially award-winning commentary. Starting at about 4:45, 5 o'clock, I'll visit with Eddie Cutt for the pregame broadcast open, and we hope that you join us then. 5 o'clock on Friday, 1 o'clock start of a doubleheader Saturday, 1 o'clock on Sunday. That's the series against Akron. So Ohio won Game 1 of the set 7-3, lost Game 2 5-1, won Game 3 10-9, and Ohio, though, gave it a chance in the ninth, loses 9-7. Thanks to our hosts here in Oxford, and they do a very nice job here at Miami University, so we appreciate their hospitality. Always tough to lose to a rival, but they're good folks here for sure, so the experience is always a good one. I'm Russ Eisenstein. I hope the rest of your weekend and your Sunday goes well. Talk to you on Friday from the Wren, but good afternoon from Oxford. Ohio loses 9-7 to Miami. This is Bobcat Baseball.